Empire Build Academy Fabian back with my Evony account, and as the thumbnail suggests, I've now made a decision with my T1 trap or T1 defense, and you've probably already noticed with my power up here being 1.7 billion what decision I have made, and it's quite simply I'm going to test out the T1 trap, and the reason being is I'm already halfway there, so I thought it made more sense to just drop that little bit in power, which I was originally 2.8 billion. I've got rid of my mounted troops, I've got rid of my ranged troops, and I'm really going to go full in on trying to do this. The other thing that I've done today as well, didn't record a video for it, which was a bit silly because it might have been a cool video to do, but I've opened up everything, and if you've watched videos of me before, you will know that I am a big hoarder of items, and I've opened them all. So when we now go into my resources, let's just check that first. You can see how many different boxes I've got to open, and I mean just in the 1 million food there's 11 billion there in the normal food, and then with the safe one on top of that, that's going to be 20 billion, and also as well you can see that that's another 6 billion, and going into the one above that is another 1 billion. So it's literally around about 30 billion plus of all different resources which I'm going to use on various parts, including, of course, the T1 mounted. Now, when we go back here and just have a look at the layers, we'll just jump through that quickly. You can see I've got 96,000 on there. Obviously, a couple of these I could probably reduce even further. And it might be something that I choose to do with going with 10,000. I haven't really quite decided on that yet, whether to go with the 10, 20 or any bigger than that. Obviously, what I'm planning to do is not take any rallies. So this is literally going to be one of those situations, hence the reason why I got rid of the T14 mounted, is because I don't even want to ghost. I literally want to go into the battlefields, I want to go into the server versus server, and I want to be able to take that first hit, jump, go and heal with my quick layers, which is what I've got already set up as a preset. I've shown this before, but I'll show it again. When I go into my rally spot and I go into my march presets, you will notice on number 6, everything is set to 10,000, and the reason that is set like that is so that I can heal layers quick and then encourage another hiss from a solo attack. And that's how I'm going to play server versus server. That is how I'm going to play Battlefield as well. And I can test this tomorrow, actually. There is a Battlefield going on tomorrow between 7 and 9. So it's one of those. It may clash with something else I'm doing, but there's definitely hope there that I can certainly get some kind of footage in before what I need to do so that we can see just how this is going to work. I'm going to actually really dig deep on the T1 trap, and I really want to break it down, and using all of your information out there, all the people with the good advice, all the people that have done the T1 trap, I'm going to take it all and I'm really going to push this. I know K45 Plus is going to hurt on a solo attack. There's no way we can get away from that, but I want to see what kind of levels I can get to and what I can actually get rid of by doing this. Now, one thing I did see today actually while I was going through this, and I finally made my decision, was on the defense general on the wall. Now, I go with Queen Boudica, and I also have Isaac Brock as an assistant. I am seeing people mention about using a subordinate city general on the wall so that they can have more in the ranged debuffs and things like this. So if this is something that you think actually can work on the T1 trap defense, then please do let me know in the comments, because that is something I'll consider doing. One of the things that I've got as well is, of course, I'm not sure how many I've got now, but let's go and have a check on how many general tokens I've got. So 101, 107, 110 between these here. So this is one of those that I can save for a specific general that I can put on the wall. Obviously, they never release subordinate city generals, which would be awesome, but it might be one of those that I can get something decent instead of going the subordinate city way. Either way, that is an option there for me. The other thing that I've been working on as well is making sure that I've got all the different buffs in the different places. So going into the Senate, I'm going to be working hard on these generals and trying to get them to the highest level. Again, another place that I'm going to do this. So that's obviously in the Council of State. But the other thing that I've got, obviously, from hoarding items recently is, of course, when I go into the right option, into Relic, you will notice that I've got 22,000 of these that can be opened. So again, that's going to give me some more general fragments. That's going to give me more resources, gold, and also potentially fragments for generals that I can use in that Senate. So that's another thing that I can be potentially looking at. In terms of what I've been doing with my spiritual beast as well, I've now unlocked a couple more. So I've got Chrysomalus, I unlocked that yesterday. Also unlocked Pegasus, and that's another one where hopefully, actually, let's see if we can do this on here and take that through to the level 10, which I can, and then go into the seal, and you'll notice in-city ground troop attack is there. So let's take that up to the 10 first and foremost. Probably not going to have quite enough actually to go to 10. Literally going to be just off by 50. But again, once I do that, that will then unlock this, which will be more in-city mounted troop attack as well. And all these buffs are really going to add up. I'm really working on all the different areas of this buff, and I'm really going to test to the minute details on what I can do with this T1 trap account. And obviously all of your help is going to be crucial on that. Again, I'm going to go into the generals on the subordinate city side of things, and actually not on the subordinate city. Let me go and have a look at a general that we just was talking about, which was Queen Boudica. Let's get her up. There she is. This is another area, is the obviously the equipment and getting all of those flat refines in there. So you'll notice there is a 26.1%. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to make that a flat, and I'm going to do that across all the different weapons, even these ones here. I'm not quite sure what would be a good one, but let's go and have a look on that, and let's go and have a look at the refine on that. And I just want to see if we go into this. You can see actually that I've got all the, I haven't actually got the gold ones there, which is obviously a definite area that I can improve something in. I didn't even realise they were only on orange. So that is again another area that I'm going to go into, and I'm going to make sure all those flat refines are as peak as they possibly can be for this particular account. What else can I do in terms of getting this to where I want it to be? Well, Wisdom Dome is another one that we're going to have buffs in there. And the other area that I'll also be looking to do things as well is if I go into my generals, and then this time I'm going to have a look at my duty generals, and you'll notice there's quite a few there that are 4-star. I'm going to be looking at getting some of these other ones higher as well. So I've got the keep officer there. Let me just have a look at what I've got for the enhancement side of things. Okay, I haven't got anything in relation to that. Rally spot is also not going to be one. There was one, was it the hospital? I think it was the hospital guy. Skanderberg. So, but again, either way, I've got 6,860 of the blood of Ares. This is another area that I'm going to look to utilise to perfection, and I'm going to go and get whatever I can from the tavern, which will be the next thing, so that I can get a lot of these 3s and 4 stars in those Senate general positions as well. Academy is another one where when I go into this, there's a little bit of work that I can do at the end with the defence, I believe, which I still have some things that I can do in there. So I'll look to fill those out. Same as well when I go into the military research in the military academy. Again, lots of areas that I can start getting up, and now I've got some of that gold available, I will look at trying to get some of this. So in this one here, increases mounted troops attack by 33% when joining Alliance War, and increases mounted troops HP by 48% when defending. Now again, this is going to be another one of those areas where I'll be looking to take this up to the 20 and get every possible buff from there. Now, if there's any areas that you think I've missed out on, another area that I'll also look to upgrade as well is all the different camps for the troops. And when you go into this, just as an example, you can see going down on here, you've got 39 mounted troop attack is 5%, 38 is 5%, and even looking into all of those individual buildings and getting every possible buff I can. So to sum up exactly what I will be doing next on this account is going into my T1. You can see I've got 433 million. That's not going to be enough. So obviously with the 30 billion resources, I will be looking to get this up and over the 1 billion. Same with this, I'm going to be looking to get this to at least 250 million. And with the 3s and the 4s, I will probably, not sure on the 4s, let me know if I should be having some kind of meat there in terms terms of 50 million, 100 million, and the 3s I think I will also take up to 100 million. So that is what I'm going to do with the troop count, and that is what I'm going to be doing with the resource events. I will do a lot of troop training and really try to push them numbers up over where they need to be. And I think that is it in relation to that. Again, when I go into the siege, you will notice that I have just pure layers of 20k for all of them, and that is going to be for all of the different troop sizes. The same again on the ranged. If you are looking at this and thinking that is not right, then again, please do let me know in the comments. So there will be a lot of work done on the new equipment as well, which I'm not sure exactly how much I'm going to be able to do because it looks quite expensive. But with the equipment upgrades, there is also the potential to take these to this new Ashura weapon, and I think it was Apollo is the other one as well. So that's another area that I'll be looking to do. But do stick with me over the next couple of server versus servers, the next couple of battlefields as well, over the next couple of months, as I really try to push this forward and stick with the journey. The last thing I want to say on this video, and this is going to be thrown back out to you guys again, is any area where I can get even 1%, 0.5%, please let me know. I'm really going to take this to the max I can, and hopefully with your help, we'll be able to see exactly what we can defend against with this K50 update. Thanks for watching. Do get involved in the comments, and do also follow my progress on this T1 Trap account. Speak to you soon.